My name is Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing.
These two have certainly talked. Here we go, round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. That counter shot lands. It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. So it's a rematch from 2019 when Jacobs and Alvarez fought for the middleweight title. Let's see who gets the edge in this one after Canelo won by unanimous decision.
Alvarez won 3 titles in the process in their last fight, but now he's back for blood. He's back for revenge. He needs to stamp his authority because some thought Daniel Jacobs beat Canelo. Can you believe that?
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. He threw the hook, didn't land.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
That left scores. And he misses with the left uppercut. Which fighter will say no mas? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Nice counter shot. Let's talk about Jacobs. He is down big time on the score. Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
You can really feel the buzz in the air tonight. So much hype here in this arena.
It's so hot, it's so heated. There's a roof on here, you don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on here.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. He gets out of the way of that left hand.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Jacobs. Well, we're entering desperate. The bell rings and we start the third. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
That's another scoring shot. And a counter left. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
To beat a counter.
Looks like we're going to see an early night here. He is rocked. How are they still standing? Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Missed him with that uppercut.
Very.
Whoa, and you saw the balance go. The knees, the foundation, rocked. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure. There's a right hand. What is this fighter doing? There's nothing behind these punches. No rest for the weary. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Jacobs. Back at it in round 4. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
When you've got two evenly matched fighters in this weight class, it sometimes comes down to who's in better condition.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
There's a counter shot. These two were made for each other. They score again with the left hand. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Off-the-charts action from both of these fighters. That punch landed. Good counter right hand again. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Jacobs. Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the 5th. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
This fighter has tested their opponent's power and apparently isn't impressed as they continue to walk through all these power shots.
The problem with having a chin that everybody knows if they hit you, you're hurt, you're gone. You've got to protect that, but you've also got to get your shots off. And they forget, you can bang too.
I hope this fighter realizes that defense is one of the scoring criteria in boxing. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Solid punch.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And wait a minute, a left hand lands. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you can't outthink them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fager that's pickpocketing them.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Jacobs. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been safe. This is the beginning of round 6. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round. One punch could change everything in this battle. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. A perfect counter shot. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheek zone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. This fight has a real good flow to it. He got out of the way of that right hook. Nice offensive display, landing that left counter. No rest for the weary. Right punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Uh-oh, code red time here for Daniel Jacobs. What is he going to do?
Oh, I heard that never...
Let's talk about Jacobs. The game plan does... There's the bell to start round 7. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run.
And at some point, the corner needs to think about stepping in here. And down goes the Miracle Man. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
One, two, three, four, five.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because they're in trouble. And down goes Daniel Jacobs. Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it. So they'll make it up, and this fight continues. Stumbling around in potholes. Didn't wait too long to get back and get engaged. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Good counter punch. Let's talk about Jacob.
Good round, all right?
Round 8, and we're off again. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around? Defense is not an option for these two. Ooh, and Daniel Jacobs just got rocked. Oh, and just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it's a knockdown. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
Oh, my goodness. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues. Jacobs in real trouble. Oh, and that changes everything, and down they go. And that body shot folded him like an old T-shirt.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after another.